Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been quite a few months since I've posted too much, but in a crazy way, I've still gained a solid amount of subs. We're sitting around like I think the 130s, and that is just crazy that many people actually want to, hear me yap about stuff. But I'm pretty much back, which is pretty cool. Gonna try to start getting the swing of doing some more regular uploads. I got a lot of stuff planned here, and so. We're going to start out today by unboxing a piece of kit that I've probably been wanting for, going on a few years now. So it is going to be, you've seen the title of the video, it's the Buckeye NC502MP, the 8-channel. It will be going in my system as a 7-channel amplifier. I am going to leave one channel unused, but I've been assured by Dylan over at Buckeye that this is absolutely okay. Plenty of people do this. And then, puts me in a good position in upgrade path that I think I probably will not need another amplifier for years and years and years, at least to replace this one. It'll just be, to add more to it. I did pick this up through Ryan at Ascend AV. So shout outs to Ryan. Thanks for that. It got here insanely quick. I was very surprised at that. Excellent communication. Definitely I'll leave a link in the description to his email, reach out. Super helpful in that regard. And so, Buckeye, been eyeing them for probably since like December of 2023. I kind of went back and forth on what is going to be my upgrade path in terms of getting my speakers on some external amplification. I went through kind of looking at some of the more inexpensive routes like the, Emotiva Bass X series, or potentially maybe even just something like a Purify 3-channel Buckeye, and then still running the surrounds off the AVR. Ultimately, I kind of decided on the most overkill expensive option, because buy once, cry once in this hobby. So I went with, the full 8 Monty. I believe that's going to be like 350 watts into 8 ohms. Could be wrong, but, super overkill for the gear that I've got right now in the system at the moment. Any of you guys that regularly watch will probably recognize that I am in a new space. I have done kind of my number one goal that I had in the previous tour video, which was let's get into a bigger space. Let's leave the apartment lifestyle. Let's get into a home. I can proudly say successfully that we have done that. And part of that's kind of one of the big reasons why I've delayed making videos for the channel, is because I just knew it was coming soon where I could really start ramping it up. So to my right is essentially pretty close to as a dedicated home theater as you can get. Not to spoil too much about it, but I am still kind of pseudo going with the living room style, right? I am renting. I don't have the ability to black out the room. At the moment, Atmos is still out of the question, but I am happy to move up to 7.1 in that room. And I have also had in an 83-inch OLED as well, a B4, and so I've kind of been reviewing that for the past month. I have not really had the home theater fired up. It's been kind of a process waiting for treatment to get in. That's got to go up before I wire a single cable, and really trying to do something that is going to be, again, I kind of said this with the apartment, I felt like I was doing as much as I could in that room, and I feel pretty close to that here as well. I'm just really excited to kind of start showing the journey with you guys, and ultimately finish out, some reviews of some of the components in the new system, and just overall, I will be kind of ending it out with a tour as well. Really been a huge fan of just seeing what's been going on in the Class D space. A lot of, efficiency that's been going on, tons of power, very little noise floor. Really can't ask for much more. I mean, all my Kefs, I would consider them pretty sensitive speakers. So this is overkill, but I really can't think of any speaker that this won't suffice for within like the next 20 years. So, to kind of go back to my point about just trying to figure out what I wanted for external amplification, the Marantz Cinema 70S here, get a little bit of sneak peek of the rack to come soon. It's puny, man. It's tiny. 50 watts a channel at two channels driven. I was in a much smaller room, pushing 5.1 on that system. And, it was great for the room, but I always knew the end goal was let's get to 7.1, and there's just no way that I wanted to run 7 channels off this little puny, I know they have that 70% rule, but we're way under that with, pushing 7 speakers. I just never wanted to do it, and I really just thought, let's do it the big way and get all of my speakers on external amplification. This is going to be insanely overkill for KEF Q150s. I'm aware of that, but headroom for days. In that room, I'm never probably even going to go close. This thing will probably not even break a sweat, but well worth the investment for me. So I'm really excited to kind of get this unboxed, get this in the rack. Within the next few days, I will probably have the room fired up, and I'll be taking a look at a lot of other stuff. But yeah, let's do it, man. Let's get this thing unboxed. All right, guys, let's do it. A little bit of a camera angle change here, but really want to be able to get this on display here. And one of the things I guess I didn't really mention in my intro is I do plan to kind of do like a comprehensive review on this, but I want to give it some time. What do I hear? Wait a little bit, right? Because our ears, they really can't be trusted. Spent quite a solid amount on this amp. Of course, I'm going to want to say, I hear a difference, but I'm really not expecting to. I know how amplification works. Of course, I'm sitting a little bit further from my speakers now. I've got more of them. They probably will be a little bit louder, but that's okay. I mean, again, it's more about headroom. I'm really not expecting to hear like my speakers come to life or anything. I'm gonna make sure to blur that. But here we go, man. Nice. All right, really nicely bubble wrapped here. First thing we've got are these power cables, 2 of them, as these basically do have, I guess, 2 pairs of speakers each module. So need both of these. Let's throw these to the side a little bit here. And then really not too much fluff here. Let's see, got some instructions here. Okay, front panel, basically just a quick little start guide. Let's see here if I can even kind of get it to focus. Nothing too crazy here, just telling me blue is when the amplifier's on, orange is when it's clipping, red is in fault state, resultant power fault state, auto sensing 12-volt trigger. Ooh, that reminds me, I need to get a trigger cable, but I can do that pretty quickly. Really amazing shipping job here, Dylan. Thank you so much again. Man, I can't believe I'm unboxing one of these amplifiers. It just, man, ooh, it's got some heft to it too. That's a big boy. Ooh, so here's what I'll do. Put this, no, I'll put it right here for now. Put down the expensive merchandise, and I'll just throw this here. Take some of this bubble wrap here. Yeah, girls, knock yourself out. Enjoy a new box, cats. All right, we're 1 layer deeper. Again, more securement in terms of tape and bubble wrap. Again, you can tell that a lot of different facets of this amplifier, including how it gets to me, are in very good care here. So I'm just trying to be a little careful. Okay, making progress here. Nice little popping sounds if you're into that kind of thing. All right, we're making it come apart. I guess I'm just gonna cut up the middle of it. Oh, there is this tape here. All right, okay. Making progress. This is what it's all about. YouTube loves that longer retention. So, wow, holy, that is so crazy. You probably can't see it too good. Let's get all this junk out of here. Let's get this place carefully there. Wow. It's amazing. It is really heavy, which I'm not surprised. I knew what I was getting into. I looked at measurements, but wow. Look at it just. I mean, it's exactly what it looks like on the site, to be honest. Just all business, no play, which is really exactly what I wanted out of it. We've got our 8 connections in the back. Now I'm just going to take a second to look at it. Like, wow. That is some nice Class D. And of course, I mean, I'm saying it's heavy, but it's really not in comparison to, you know, what you would get for, you know, AB amps that would punch out this much power. So, really excited to be, you know, part on that Team Buckeye. Really excited to know. There really ain't a single person that has anything bad to say about these at all. So, yeah, really excited to kind of get this fired up in the rack. Obviously going to have to do a little bit of calibration before I really get to hear it kind of flex its skills. But wow, what an exciting start to this new journey in home theater. It feels like a lot of things are starting to pay off, and I'm really excited to just share this with you guys. And you know, I can't say too much about where the room is going. I will say, in terms of probably the next focal point of these videos, it's going to be on the Unfolded Circle Remote 3. I am pretty close in line, about shipment number 600 to get those. I know they've really started to make the push on getting those shipped out within the last few days or so. So really excited. Look for content on that. Look for automation content coming out. Thanks again for everyone who checks this out, and anyone who has been a fan of the channel, checking out the channel. Definitely plenty more to come, more discussions to have. Of course, you know, let me know what your opinion is. What was it like your first time moving over to separates? I'll say I'm pretty excited. It feels like a big leap. I'm at a point. I have speakers I love. I have an amplifier that I'm sure I will love. It'll be time, you know, to start kind of pondering maybe a processor upgrade here. Maybe upgrades to potentially the KEF Meta series. I don't know. There's a lot of options now with this being such a major player in my system. I really have so many different options of where I could go, and I'm just really excited to continue to kind of share all that with you. Put a lot of time kind of investing into some of the quality, I hope, as it can tell. But ultimately, thanks for checking out the channel, and I will talk to all of you lovely listeners quite soon.